To Sri AMMAJI to speak on this wonderful occasion. Swamiji says the ideal of womanhood in India is motherhood, that marvelous, unselfish, all-suffering, ever-forgiving mother.
Firstly, my humble pranams to the holy feet of Sri Ramakrishna, Sharada Mata and Swamiji, and my profound respects to all the dignitaries who are sitting on the stage and all the elders who gathered here. So today, we know that why we gather here on this occasion. So majorly, I want to tell three characteristics said by Swamiji in the point of education itself. Actually, Swamiji's lines are very basic and fundamental that are applicable to every field, each and every field. So in that, I just view in the point of education, because there are many people here are from a student age. So the first character is simplicity, like we call in Telugu Niradambarata. సో నిరాడంబరత జనరల్గా మనం చూసేది అంటే లైక్ ద వే మనం ఎలా డ్రెస్ వేసుకున్నాము, ఆర్నమెంట్స్ ఎలా ధరించాము, బంగారం ఎంత వేసుకున్నాము, లైక్ ఇలాంటిది వీ కాల్ నిరాడంబరత. బట్ కమింగ్ టు ఎడ్యుకేషన్, జస్ట్ నవ్ ప్రసన్న కుమార్ గారు సెడ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఎడ్యుకేట్ అన్ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్, బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఎడ్యుకేట్ మోర్ ద పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ ఎడ్యుకేటెడ్. వై? బికాజ్ I just give an example here. Generally, let us say we have a pot in our home. So I want to fill the water. So generally, physically, because it is physical and limited, having a fixed volume. So manam pot ni leda kundani fill cheyalante oka particular amount of water teeskoni manam fill cheseyochu. But coming to education, the part of education is a infinite volume. So how can we fill? Generally, it is not that much possible, but it is possible, as we have learnt in Bhagavad Gita. చాలా లక్షల మంది ట్రై చేస్తారు, అందులో ఫ్యూ మెంబర్స్ దే అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇట్. ఫైనల్లీ రీచ్ అయ్యేది ఆ గోల్కి మాత్రం ఒకరు ఇద్దరు చాలా తక్కువ మంది ఉంటారు. ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే, ఇన్ ఆర్డర్ టు ఫిల్ దట్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు మెయింటైన్ సమ్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్. ఇన్ దట్ వన్ ఈస్ ద ఫండమెంటల్, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సింప్లిసిటీ, దట్ వాట్ Swamiji said. So how to achieve it? If you see in the line of Sri Ramakrishna order, from the top to the bottom of the Swamijis who are sitting here, you can see them. They maintain one common thing is called very simple. They are the way they dressed, the way they behave, the way they show their knowledge. They never think that actually we know everything. So coming to education, we should not feel our part is filled, I know everything. This we have to forget. So that is the fundamental character. The second one is self-denial. It means in Telugu, ledanadam, kadanadam undakodadu. But again, point of education, what this, how to say this ledanadam, kadanadam means. Generally, we know that actually many of us face that situation. When someone asks a question to us, maybe friends, mostly, we sometimes we generally don't tell the answer actually, because we think that the people will understand that. Think just, when you teach more and more, when you give up, as Maharaj said in the beginning, the two things like renunciation, it means you have to give up actually, few things. When you give up, you will get folds and folds and folds of energy and folds of knowledge you will get back, but you have to give with a pure mind. So that is the second character. I want to say self-denial. The third characteristic said by Maharaj, Swamiji Maharaj, lonely contemplation, which is very, very important. We know that actually lonely contemplation means ekagrata. Generally, see, this is the fundamental base to measure what we have understand from anything. in any particular concept of science or in particular concept of spirituality, whatever it is. See, suppose when we are more conscious, even here sitting, then we get more energy. We can understand more out of it. Otherwise, we generally do not understand that much knowledge if we don't maintain lonely contemplation. That is ekagrata we call. So these three lines in simple form I tell what direct lines given by Swamiji. First one, simplicity. About simplicity, Swamiji said like, oh, to live even for a day in the fall light of freedom, to breathe the free of air, simplicity. Isn't that the highest purity? నిజంగా అలాంటి గాలినే, అలాంటి సింప్లిసిటీ అనే గాలిని మనం పీల్చగలిగితే అంతకన్నా ప్యూరిటీ అనేది ఇంకేం ఉండదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ డన్. Goal is, we have reached our goal. Coming to second line about self-denial, self-sacrifice, not self-assertion, is the law of the highest universe. It means we have to maintain all the time this self-sacrifice, nothing but give up, like renunciation as Maharaj said. Third one, lonely contemplation. The power of concentration is the only key to the treasure house of knowledge. See, as you more and more concentrated, as you more and more conscious, you will easily crack the treasure of knowledge. And finally, I want to say one more line. So let us, actually we have, we learnt, we have studied in the matter of discrimination every time. It is like relative. So we have to stop discrimination between good and bad in the education. But remember that we have to remember the discrimination about what is, right, what is the best. It means right to best, all time there is a scale, in that only you can think positive. But when you say something like bad to good, there is a, something like distinction which is very, very, which is unfortunate, it is not required also. So let us work from good to better, from better to best in the field of education. So I thank one and all for giving me this opportunity. May Trayo bless all of us. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Sri Ammaji. Swami Vivekananda says,